Good morning, Devil fans, and happy game day. And tonight we're going to discuss a quick little video about tonight's game against the Metropolitan rivals, Carolina Hurricanes. The Devils will be heading down to Raleigh for a puck drop at 7 p.m. at the Lenova Center against the Canes. This is game number 6 for the Devils. They are 4-1 so far on the year. Carolina has only played one game. This is their second game. They had a game postponed that was supposed to happen down in Tampa, but with the storm, that got canceled or postponed at least. So they played one game against Tampa in Raleigh where they lost 4-1. So Carolina is sitting at an 0-1 record. Not many stats to talk about, right? They've allowed 4 goals, they've scored one, so not much there. But we will discuss a little bit of what to kind of look for this year, how this team is made up this season in Carolina. But first, let's go back to last year, do a little recap. The Canes ended up 52-23-7 last year. That was good for 111 points and second place in the Metropolitan Division. They were seventh in goals for with 279 and fourth in goals against with 216. Played the Canes 3 times last year, and none of them boded well for New Jersey. On January 25th, we dropped a game 3-2 to the Canes. In probably our best effort on February 10th was a 1-0 overtime loss. I thought that was one of the best games that the Devils played all year last year. Ended up in a loss and getting shut out. But they played a very solid 60 minutes, and that game really came down to the goalies and could have gone either way. It was an exciting, fun game. And then we lost 4-2 on March 9th. That was last year. So again, the conversation isn't so much additions for Carolina as much as it's subtractions. They had lost a lot of really good players. Evgeny Kuznetsov, right, had his contract terminated. He was going to play in the KHL. Dylan Coghlan signed with the Jets. Callahan Burke left and signed with Vegas. Brady Shea left and signed with Nashville. Teuvo Teravainen left and signed with Chicago. Jake Getzel left and signed with the Tampa Bay Lightning. And of course, we know about Brett Pesce and Stefan Noesen, who also left and signed with our Devils. So a lot of holes in that lineup. This is not the same Carolina Hurricane team that it's been the last few years, but I also do not think they can be underestimated at all because they do have a very, very good head coach. But a head coach can only get you so far. You have to have the players. You have to have the goaltending. Freddie Anderson is their number one. Freddie Anderson is serviceable and good at times, and the Devils right now are playing very, very good hockey. So again, yesterday, Devils played a fantastic 60-minute effort in an afternoon game against the Utah Hockey Club, a high-flying Utah Hockey Club that was coming into this game undefeated with 3 straight wins against some really good teams, 2 playoff teams too, in the Islanders and the Rangers. And the Devils played fantastic. It was a 3-0 shutout for Jake Allen. They kept this Utah team on their toes all night. They played physical. The power play scored 2 goals. The penalty kill was 4-0. They really looked like a well-oiled machinery that's going to get a lot better during the year. So there's not a ton to talk about when it comes to this game because we haven't seen Carolina. So it's kind of what do we expect from New Jersey? Last year, New Jersey was terrible, terrible on the second half of back-to-back games. All Devil fans know that. So this is going to be the second half of a back-to-back. How are the Devils going to fare? We played one at Buffalo. I don't know if you're really going to count that. We played out in Prague against the Sabres, we won both of those. That was 2 games in less than 24 hours. We played at 1 p.m. yesterday, playing at 7 o'clock tonight. Expect Jacob Markstrom in goal, which I think was the right move. Apparently, I don't have his record here, but Markstrom was fantastic, has a fantastic record against the Hurricanes. So there's a lot of really good to look at from New Jersey, right? Seamus Casey has been a breath of fresh air. This kid is fantastic. I love everything that he's doing. His defense is getting a lot better, but he's a magician with the puck. And 3 goals already. I expect that to just go. We talked on the last podcast about I just don't know how you take this kid out of the lineup, even when we were at full health. It's going to be a very difficult decision rather, but it's a very good problem to have. Um, Jack Hughes started looking a little bit more like Jack Hughes yesterday, especially towards later in the game. Power play, uh, beautiful setup to Nico Hischier on that 3rd goal. One of the things that I thought was turned out to look really good was Sheldon Keefe yesterday taking Timo Meyer off of that top spot on the power play and replacing him with Stefan Noesen. And you kind of saw right away on the first power play that they had, you saw that kind of a little bit more energy with Noesen being in front of the net, that heavy net front presence that he brings to the Devils that we haven't had. And that power play, I believe, with Noesen in the front is going to be lethal eventually. And I also think putting Timo maybe on the second power play, which if you asked me a month ago, I would have said that's a terrible idea, but I'm not so sure now. Maybe that can even get that second power play unit going a little bit. Penalty kill has been fantastic for the Devils, and they're still doing it with depth scoring, right? We're getting scoring from everywhere. A big positive from yesterday's game against Utah. I thought that Andre Palat had a really solid game playing down on the 4th line with Bastian and Lazar. I thought that was a very I wasn't sure about that move because we all know Palat has struggled since he's been in New Jersey. And I am not in any way, shape, or form absolving him for how he's played the last couple of years due to one game. But it was just nice to see that Andre Palat seemed to have his legs. He was hitting. He was, playing good defense. He was doing the right things. This is a really fun Devils team. My biggest concern about this game is just the back-to-back. It's the travel in between. They played at home yesterday. Now they're heading down there. So I'm a little bit concerned about that, but not overly concerned. This Devil team has a different attitude. They're just kind of getting into their stride. It's starting to feel a little bit more like real hockey now. They're going to be playing every other day. They got the back-to-backs going. This is where these teams start to coalesce and really start you figure out if they're, if teams are good, if teams are bad. This Devil team right now is good. They're playing really solid. I like everything about it. This is a big game. Every predictor in the national media is saying it's going to go 1, 2, 3, New York Rangers, New Jersey Devils, Carolina Hurricanes in that Metropolitan Division, not necessarily in that order. But at the same time, people are still expecting, even with the significant losses of Carolina, that they're going to be in the top 3 somewhere in the Metropolitan Division. I don't necessarily know what I think about this team right now. They do have some skilled players. Aho's fantastic. Have a lot of good guys on this team. But do they have enough? I don't know. They haven't played in a while. Is that going to hurt them? Is that a benefit? Is that a detriment? Who knows? We're going to find out tonight. But I think that the Devils playing as well as they've been playing, I'm sure they want to get right back out there and keep this good thing going and get going. So that's about it. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think about this game, how you think it's going to play out. I think the Devils, again, it's hard to bet against them, right? We haven't seen enough of Carolina, so I'm going to go Jacob Markstrom and the New Jersey Devils get their 10th point of the year, which would be fantastic. So I think they're just going to keep this thing rolling. So that's fun to see. Again, the Uncle Puckers will be dropping a podcast tonight. Again, you can find that anywhere that you find your podcast. Download, subscription. This little preview video of the game is brought to you by Game Time. It's the best way to buy tickets for your favorite event. Check them out and use code THPN for 20% off of your first purchase. And download the Game Time app now. What time is it? It's game time. Actually, game time 7. Anyway, also DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the NHL. And now new customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly if you use code THPN for the Hockey Podcast Network, another one of our wonderful sponsors where if you love hockey, I highly recommend going on the hockeypodcastnetwork.com. Check out all their shows. I mean, they have everything, multiple shows from every NHL team, the PWHL, everything that you could possibly want in the world of hockey, AHL stuff, ECHL podcasts. Really exciting, fun stuff. So I recommend you hopping over there and checking it out. Also, if you are interested in one of these awesome Uncle Pucker New Jersey Devil podcast stickers, if you want to slap it on your car, your water bottle, your computer, anything you want, all you have to do is go to theunclepuckers.com, contact us site, put your information in, your address, and we will get these stickers out to you in the mail. We've been sending out quite a bit lately, which is awesome. We thank you guys. And we get them out in the mail. It's no charge to you. Just want to see people representing the Devils and, of course, our show. So, again, we will be back later on today with a full podcast with the full crew. Let's go Devils.